Rochester Public Schools is changing the way teachers grade by now requiring them to add quizzes, homework, and participation into the final grades. Tonight, KIMT News 3's Brandon Cote joins us live to share how this change in the grading policy will impact student learning in Rochester. Brandon.
Yeah, Tyler, I'm right outside in front of John Marshall High School, which is one of the several schools that will be impacted by this new policy. Now, teachers have more flexibility when handing out final grades to its students. Before this policy change, teachers would determine the student's final grade through a final exam, project, or presentation. But now teachers will be allowed to include up to about 30% of the grade based on homework, participation, and checking student notes. These changes are only being applied to middle and high schoolers. RPS believes these adjustments will persuade students to take their homework more seriously and ultimately better prepare them for final exams. Another change to the grading policy is teachers are no longer required to allow students to retake tests multiple times. Now, students need to redo all the homework leading up to the test and retake the exam 2 weeks since the initial test happened in order to get another shot at the better grade. RPS believes the new policy will engage more students with their learning.
For some kids, they're just like the Energizer bunnies of school. They're going to raise their hand, they're going to talk. But for other students, knowing that my participation is going to be graded does also provide an incentive to engage in the learning, which we know benefits students academically.
And also, Tyler, extra credit is no longer a thing here at the Rochester Public Schools for middle schools and high schools. And teachers are no longer allowed to have their tardies or absences impact their final grade. Live in Rochester, Brandon Cote, KIMT News 3.
Yeah, really interesting. All right, Brandon, thank you so much. Now, the school board says these changes are based on feedback from administrators, teachers, as well as students.